Hare Krishna, welcome to the Saturday Bhagavad Gita class. We are on chapter 3. We will be starting from verse 23 onwards because we have completed till 22. So we have done Yad Yad Acharati Shrestha. So how the Shrestha people, that means the leaders or the seniors, they behave the same way the society or the followers are going to do the things. Otherwise, it will go haywire. Now, Krishna is continue talking about this in the next series of verses about this one, and he will give various examples on this. So, we will start from 23 today, and we'll see what Krishna is giving further instructions. He will also talk about the Varna Sankara, that the question that Arjun had asked in the first chapter, if you remember, that when uh, the all the seniors and the elders and the men will be killed uh, in the society, who will take care of the women? And women will be misused, and because of that, there will be Varna Sankara. There will be unwanted progeny will be created. So he talks about that. And now, though this question was answered by Krishna before as well, but he is continuing the same discussion in the Karma Yoga and section as well in this chapter. So, are we ready? Okay. So, यदि हि अहं नावर्तेयम्
यदि हि अहं न वर्तेयम्
जातु कर्मोऽडि अतान्त्रितः
जातु कर्माणि अतन्द्रिताः
मम वर्तमावर्तन्ते
मम वर्तमानो वर्तन्ते
मनुष्या पार्थ सर्वशः.
मनुष्या पार्थ सर्वशः.
Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. For if I ever fail to engage in carefully performing prescribed duties, O Partha, certainly all men would follow my path. Very clear. So he is actually, uh, taking the discussion ahead from the point that if yajat acharati, so the way the senior people will behave, the same way the younger people are going to do that. So similarly, he's saying that if I ever fail to engage in carefully, though Krishna doesn't have a physical body as we are, because Krishna has the spiritual body and he can do anything from any organ of his body. Like he can kill someone with his ear, he can eat with his nose, right? So, like that. So, yadi hi aham na varteyam, if I am not engaged. So if I don't get engaged in the worldly duties, then other people will not do so. Why Krishna comes to this material world? In order to do what? There are few things that he does when he comes. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharatah abhyutthanam adharmasya tadatmanam svajamyaham. But most important thing is paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya dushkritam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. That's why he come. Jatu karmani atandritaha. Atandritaha means with great attention. If I am not engaged in my karma with great attention, then what will happen? Mama vartamananu vartante. Then others would have acted similarly. Manushyana partha sarvasha. Then all living beings would have acted similarly. So his avatar, uh, when he comes to the material world, he comes with certain goals that he wants to complete, and then people will follow accordingly. So that's the reason That's the objective, that is the motto with which he comes. So the two parts of this verse, in the fourth, also in the fourth chapter, 11th verse C and D, the context there is here and context here is different. However, what he's saying is similar. Here, mama vartamananu my path, manushya partha sarvashaha. All living entity will follow. Which means if I will not act attentively, then everyone will act accordingly. And if that happens, then it will lead to disruption. So, atandritaha, Krishna attains his duties very attentively. Atandritaha. So, in chapter 10th also, uh, not in chapter 10, he talks about that in Shrimad Bhagavatam 10th canto, which is actually the Rasa Leela also. He's acting in the householder life. So when Narad Muni visited different places in Dwaraka, in different places, even the time was different. Some places it was morning, and Krishna was doing morning oblation. And some places it was other time, say afternoon, etc. It was not that there was competition between Krishna and Narada Muni. Krishna was simultaneously present in all places. So he is omnipresence, omnipotent. So this indicated that Krishna controls everything, including space and time. He is present everywhere at the same time. Right? As super soul, he is present in everybody's body, along with the soul. Whether it is a stool in the worm, or it's an insect, or it is a pig, or hogs, or dogs, or human beings. So someone may ask the question, what example was Krishna sitting in Vrindavan? But in Vrindavan, Krishna has not taken any leadership position. Also, Vrindavan is a transcendental place, abode of love. And there is no need to set example there. Krishna does activities in Vrindavan to intensify love of his devotees. There Krishna set examples of pure love. It is the prema bhakti. So it is the prominent situation in the Vrindavan for Krishna is the prema bhakti. Okay, so Vrindavan's arena is a prema, and Navadvip Dhama is the arena of what? The arena of what is its arena of? What does Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Nityananda Prabhu give?
Sankirtan.
Yeah, Sankirtan is there, but compassion. They give the compassion, right? So it's always remember. So why do we do, when we are chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, before that we do two things. One is we chant Guru Pranam Mantra, because Guru has introduced us to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and then to Krishna and Radha. So when he introduced us, so that's the reason we chant first Guru Pranam Mantra. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine. So then Saraswat Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar. So now we take five personalities' name because they are prominent in Navadvip Dham. The example of that is when, suppose there are, you know, there are people who are beggars and they are asking for the alms. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is giving them the alms. And those who are running away, he goes and catches them as well and give them the alms. But Nityananda Prabhu is even more. What does Nityananda Mahaprabhu does? Nityananda Prabhu goes and runs after the people, catches them, those who don't have a pot in their hands. He gives them a pot and also gives them alms. So that is the beauty. So that is the compassion. So before we go to the Prema Bhakti, which is in the Vrindavan, which is by Hare Krishna Mahamantra comes to us, we need to have the compassion in the heart. That's why Guru Pranam Mantra, then compassion, which is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mantra, or Panchatattva mantra, and then Hare Krishna Mahamantra, which is prominent in the Vrindavan. So that is why it is done in this order. There is a reason that why we do it in this order. So when we have the particular order, there is a reason behind it. It is not a ritual. There is a story of the ritual. Do you know that? There is a ritual story that I will take it, I will tell you in Hindi because we don't have any English audience here. So the story is like this. Um, एक एक व्यक्ति था जिसने अपने पिताजी को जब भी वो ऑफरिंग करते थे वो धोती का काष्ठा काष्ठा मीन जो पीछे वाला होता है ना वो खोल देते थे वो क्यों खोलते थे बिकॉज हिज फादर्स धोती वॉज स्मॉल and it used to trouble him while he is offering. So he used to open it. He thought that this is also part of the ritual. That before offering, you should open the that backside of the dhoti. So this is the problem with the rituals. So we don't do the ritual. We do the rituals with the philosophy behind it. That is why it is Guru Pranam Mantra, then mantra for compassion, and then mantra for Hare Krishna. So that is why Hare Krishna. So this is the way we are doing it, and when we keep on doing it, then it becomes our habit to do it. And then we know the reason behind it. Unless we know the reason behind it, we will not be, uh, ready to do so. Yes, Mataji.
So if we do this Mangalacharan, this is our ritual, we're doing it with meaning behind it and there's explanation behind it. But when we do this without a meaning, is that equivalent to Karma Kanda or all rituals are Karma Kanda?
No, see, you have to be very careful in using this word as a ritual or
Yeah,
Karma Kanda.
exactly.
See, whatever we do in the Krishna consciousness does have a philosophy behind it. So whether you know it or you don't know it, you are not doing any Karma Kanda ritual. Karma Kanda ritual is something for you to gain. Charam dehi, putram dehi, ye dehi, wo dehi. We are keep
Hmm.
asking. We are doing a business with the Lord.
So for example, if let's say someone has a Mangalyam dosha and they're doing something to get rid of the dosha, and that's Karma Kanda, right? But
It is
us
Karma Kanda.
chanting,
Absolutely.
reciting Mangalacharan is not a Karma Kanda action
No, no.
because it has philosophy and meaning behind
Yeah.
it.
So because
Okay, got it.
Mangala Charan
That was my
prayer is
question.
actually it gives you the gradual progression towards Krishna consciousness. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya. So I am full of darkness and Guru is opening my eyes of darkness, of ignorance, to remove the cataract of the ignorance and using by an instrument called Shalaka. Yeah, is that clear?
Yep, that
So
makes
there
sense.
is
Thank you.
no ritual that way. Ritual in the sense that, yes, once we start doing it, we follow it without any delay or without any what do you call, we don't have any gap in that. We are doing it on a daily basis then. So that's why it's a ritual. But not in the ritual in the sense that it's a karma kanda ritual. Does it make sense?
Mm,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah. Hare Krishna Devalina and Padmaja Mataji, welcome.
Hare
So,
Krishna.
does
Hare Krishna,
anyone?
Prabhu.
Yes, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Yes, Mataji, you wanted to ask me something? Okay, I thought somebody said anything. Okay, 3.24. Before we do that, can someone please summarize what we talked in 3.23? So that the people, those who have joined just now, they may get, a gist of it. Maybe Renuka, you can.
So Krishna was here with us, and when he was here with us, this is what I'm gathering, that he still did all the duties that he was supposed to do to set an example to us, so that people would see him as an elder, or previous generation or current generation, they would see him as an example and follow him in his path.
Yes,
That was
wonderful.
it, right?
Yeah. If he doesn't do that, then what happens?
Then people will go into sort of like anarchy, where men would not be men anymore, men would not be there anymore, and then women will be taken advantage of, and there will be unwanted population.
Yes. I mean, so he is actually answering the question that was asked in the first chapter of unwanted progeny. Yeah. So he is answering that question here.
I forgot the
Varna
name for
Sankara.
the
Varna Sankara.
yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
So once you read, keep on reading those. Otherwise, our mind is so in this uh, Kali Yuga, our memory is very short. If we don't keep on repeating, we are tend to forget it. And the beauty of Bhakti Shastri is that how much we study, that much we gain, and we are able to remember. That is why repetition is very, very important. It is not अरे क्या यही बता रहे हो यार रोज परेशान हो गया मैं सुन सुन के No, it is not like that. It is the way we have to remember, because Kali Yuga is so bad, we can't remember what we ate 2 days ago in the lunch. So, what to talk about the Shastra, that how we can remember? Hmm? What is the second verse of first chapter? Without seeing the book, without seeing the book.
दृष्ट्वा तु पाण्डवाकिनम्
दृष्ट्वा तु पांडवका नीत्वम व्यूढ़म दुर्योधनस्तदा आचार्य उपसंगम्यम वा राजा वचनम अब्रवीत. So, look, I am not seeing the book and so on, reciting it, but you have to keep practicing it. The important verses I have already given you. So please do that. Otherwise, what will happen? You tend to forget. Okay, we come to 3.24. Take it ahead. Now, Krishna is talking about that if he doesn't do what he is stating, then people will not follow him. Because do what you say what you do, this has been taken actually from the Shastras, and now they say it's a total quality management principle as well as ISO 9000 principle as well. Say what you do and do what you say. So Krishna was already set an example for all of us. So 3.24. Uchideyur ime loka
उत्सिदेयुर्इमे
Uchideyur ime loka
na kuryam karma chedaham
Na
कुर्यम्
kurya
na
karma
kuryam karma
chedanam
chetaham
sankarasya chakaltasyam
शङ्करस्य
sankarasya cha
sankarasya
kartasyam
chakartasyam
upahayan ipa praja.
उपहायम्
upahayam ima
upahanyam iha
prajaha.
prajaha.
Translation by Srila Prabhupada. If I did not perform prescribed duties, all these worlds would be put to ruination. I would be the cause of creating unwanted population, and I would thereby destroy the peace of all living beings. I read it again. if I did not perform prescribed duties, all these worlds would be put into ruination. I would be the cause of creating unwanted population, and I would therefore destroy the peace of all living beings. So it's very clearly stated here that if I don't do this, then what is going to happen? Yeah. So Uchideyur means disrupted. Ime loka, all these worlds, all these people. Na kuriyam karma chedaham. If I did not perform my karma duties, my karma, my duties. So what will happen if I don't do that? Sankarasya cha kartayam. So Varna Sankara was Arjun's concern in the first chapter. So I will become creator of unwanted progeny. And that is what his question. And now that he is answering here. Not a single question that Krishna has not answered that Arjuna has put forward. He has told more than that actually, but he has also answered all the questions that Arjuna had asked. Upahanyam ima praja, and in this way all the living entities are destroyed, could have been destroyed if he wouldn't have done this and if people wouldn't have followed him. But is everyone following the principles of the dharma? No. There are very few people who are following the principle of dharma. So here Krishna is gravely pointing out that actually if I did not act responsibly, then other people have justifications of not acting responsibly. And if everyone will start acting irresponsibly, then society will crumble. Like for example, if I send an invite to attend the class and I myself don't come to the class, what will happen? I do it once, I do it twice, I do it thrice, then everyone will quit from the group and they will find somebody else to teach them. Either they will do that or they may think that, oh, what is the point in attending these such classes, when the teacher himself is not very serious about it. Yeah. So people will start quitting, people will stop coming to the classes. So I was at the point that yes, if Krishna wouldn't have done his duties, others wouldn't have followed him, and also he would have become the cause of Varna Sankara if he wouldn't have done his duties. So, for example, Kshatriyas are example of chivalry and protection. So, if they become neglectful of their duties and they become irresponsible, and if they don't protect the citizens, then who will become responsible for that? And if no one will protect the citizens, then they become exploited. And if citizens are exploited, then what will happen? There will be devastation in society. See what happened in Nepal, what happened in Bangladesh. There are various reasons to it. They say the deep state and this and that, but overall situation is that there is an issue that the administrations is absolutely gone bad. So therefore, Kshatriya has the responsibility to protect people and dharma so Krishna as well as they have to follow the Kshatriya dharma first of all. So Krishna is telling to Arjun, you have this responsibility and to protect, and if you will not do, then unrighteousness will prevail. And if this will happen, then ungodly and demonic people will take power and they will exploit society and women, and that will lead to unwanted progeny. And the future generations will be disastrous. So this is your responsibility to act in an exemplary way. I am doing my duty, Arjun, Now you have to do your duty. This is why you should fight. So that is the point that Krishna is trying to make. Now, question may come up that it is seen that Krishna himself will not act exemplarily. For example, in Vrindavan pastimes. One point is that it is an arena of love. Second, that time Krishna has not taken position of a leader. He is only doing the Rasa Leela or doing the prema, showing his prema to gopis and gopas. And third thing, Srila Prabhupada makes another point in the purport that those who are great people, we cannot imitate them. Like if Krishna had, lifted the Govardhan hill, can we also try and do it like this and lift the Govardhan hill? No, we cannot do that. It is not in our power. If we try to show even a 2 kg of weight on our pinky finger, we can't. Forget about 2 kgs, half a kg. Even I say 250 grams. No, we can't hold it on one pinky finger. It's not possible. Krishna is Krishna. We can't imitate him. Similarly, there are various things that there are various acharyas can we imitate them, like Haridas Thakur. He used to chant 22 hours a day. 1 lakh japas in a day. Can we do it? No, we cannot. So, in order to show that, that powers of the big acharyas, we need to admire them. If we try to imitate them, we will fail grossly. In Srimad Bhagavatam verse that Prabhupada has quoted, let's chant that because it's a beautiful verse. Problem with me to communicate with these people, I don't know Malayalam, they don't know Hindi and English. So I have to talk in a...
Prabhuji, Google Translator.
I know, but now I am in a hurry to also do the class.
Prabhuji, you can just say pinne. Pinne means later.
Okay, pinne. Okay.
Pinne kanam. Later, we'll see later.
Pinne kanam. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
So the verse goes like this. Naita samachare jatu. Do you have that verse in front of you
Prabhuji, which
guys?
sloka? No,
It's in the
Prabhuji. What is it?
purport.
Which one is that?
Srimad
In the
Bhagavatam,
purport.
10th canto, 33 verse.
It's here in the...
It should be in the purport.
It's in the book.
Oh, yes.
Devlina, Padmaja, can you please unmute yourselves? Okay. We all are there on the same page now?
Yep.
Naitat samachare jatu.
Naitat
Naitat
samachare
samachare jajatu.
Manasapi he aniswa swaraha.
Manasapi
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 anishvaraha.
aniswaraha
Vinasyati acharan maudhyada.
vinasyati
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 acharam
acharan
mautyada
mautyada.
Yathura drobud buddhi jama vishama.
yathura
yathurado
Yatharado bijam
buddhi
vishvam.
jam visham
Ishvara janam vachas satyam.
Ishvarajana
Ishvaran vacha
vachaha
satyam.
satyanam satyam.
No. ईश्वराजनां वचः सत्यम्
ईश्वराणां
ईश्वराणां वचः
वचः
सत्यम्
सत्यनाहं
तथैव चारितं क्वचित्
तथैव
तथैवाचिरातं
चारितं
विचत
क्वचित्
तेषं यतः स्ववचो युक्ताम्
तेषं यतो
यत्
स्ववचो युक्ताम्
युक्ताम्
बुद्धैमं सत्ततः समाचारेत
बुद्धैममंस्तत समचारतः
Okay, the translation of this is one should simply follow the instructions of the Lord and his empowered servants. Their instructions are all good for us, and any intelligent person will perform them as instructed. However, one should guard against trying to imitate their actions. One should not try to drink the ocean of poison in imitating Lord Shiva. When did this happen? When Asuras and Suras they had a fight, and that time what had happened? Samudra Manthan had happened, and during Samudra Manthan, there lots of poison was created. So all the demigods reached out to Lord Shiva and requested him, "Can you please help us with this one?" So Lord Shiva, in one go, he had taken all the poison and put it into his throat. But during that process, what happened? One drop of that it fell down on the planet. And because of that one drop, what happened? All the vicious, jivas created. Sarpa, then scorpions, and also weeds that we see in our, you know. So all those things have been created just because of that. See, one drop of that was so bad. So this answer has was given in the Rasa Leela section of Srimad Bhagavad when Parikshit Maharaj asked, how could Krishna danced with other men's wife? Then Srila Sukadev Goswami answered it that Naitat Samachare Jatu Samachare one should not act like the Jatu, means certainly, thus imitating him. Manasapi, even in the mind, not even in the mind, one should think that, oh, I am like Krishna, I am doing this, I am doing that. Anishwara means those who are not Ishvara. So those who are not Ishvara should not act like Ishvara, even in their mind. Why? Vinashyati acharan maudhyad. If we act like that, it will be vinashati. They will be destroyed. Acharan maudhyad. Maudhyad means foolish way. So they will be destroyed by such an action. And the example is Yatha Dutruho Abdi Jama Vishasham. Rudro means Lord Shiva. So Lord Shiva had many names that he had Rudra pastime. He comes from Sadashiva. Right? So Sadashiva, Rudra, Maharudra and all that. So Neelakanta, there are various names have been given to Lord Shiva. But depending on the context, these names have been used. So if he wouldn't have drank that poison, it would be destroyed the entire earth planet. So this is what Krishna wanted to show it to the people of this world, that what Shiva can do on his order. Okay. So Shiva is a demigod. However, he has a bigger, higher position amongst the demigods. And Shiva does not stay like any other gods, other demigods, in the very good place and this and that. He lives only in the places like Shamshan. And he takes care of all the, whatever happens in the Shamshan. I don't have to describe that to you. He takes care of that. And he is actually helping all of us in taking care of that. Cremations are happening, all that dust is coming on him. And that's what he is taking care of. And he is tolerating all that. For whom? For the people like us on this earth planet. So he's doing a very big duty to Lord Krishna or Vishnu. However, it does not mean that we start, you know, worshipping Lord Shiva from tomorrow or from today. No, we should respect him. Yes, that he is also a devotee of Krishna. Vaishnava Nam Yatha Shambho, that is what it's called. He is like Shambho. The other name of Shiva is Shambhu. So Vaishnava Nam Yatha Shambho. He is the biggest Vaishnava. So if we start doing that, what will happen will be the biggest degradation service. So like people also, they drink bhang on Mahashivratri, or the Lord Shiva can drink it, then why I cannot drink it? It is intoxication, tamasic. So doing that, Lord Shiva has done without authority, will simply lead to degradation. So Ishvarana vachas satyam. We should understand that the words of Ishvara are true. And tathaiva charitam kvachit. How should we act? According to their words. So that means when the Lord or greater personalities come to this world, that time their action are in two phases. One of those are to set an example, and others are there to demonstrate his supreme position. So both have important purposes. So for example, so for example, so Krishna's Rasila is also like that. There are laws which all of us has to follow, but Supreme is supreme. He is superior. So the laws for the Supreme are the superior laws. So not the teachings of Vedas, but it's Karma Mimamsa principle. Since we are motivated by selfish desires, so for us there is a law. But Krishna is supremely there, pure, transcendental. He doesn't have anything to be purified. He's all loving, all merciful, and always there at all the time. The moment we say Krishna, Krishna is dancing on our tongue. When we say Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. So Krishna and Krishna's energy, Hare, both are dancing on our tongue. We don't realize until the time we get the taste of it. And how do we get the taste of it? That has already been described in the Nectar of Instruction in the 7th verse. I have repeated so many times that verse. Sat Krishnam Charitadi Avidya Pitto Pataptarasanasya Narochikanu Kinturadharadinadu Khalusai Swadvi Pramada Sadamud Hantri. So Pitto Pataptarasanasya, like Pitta, the disease of Pitta is what? Or liver disease is what? Jaundice. And the medicine for jaundice is what? Sugarcane juice. And the patient of sugarcane, of the jaundice, when he drinks sugarcane juice, it tastes very bitter to him. But because this is the medicine, he keeps on chewing the sugarcane. A day will come when he starts tasting it sweeter, or sweet rather. The moment he starts getting the sweet taste, his jaundice is gone. That's why keep chanting your Hare Krishna Mahamantra every day. One day will come when it will start tasting sweet in your mouth. That day we reach to Param Santapti को पहुंच जाते हैं, like, Then if we don't do the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, then we miss something on that day. That's why it is very important for us to keep on doing it, keep on doing it. A day will come when you start tasting it sweeter in your mouth. Any question? Either I'm teaching very nicely or you are not understanding anything. So I don't know.
First
I'm just taking the other one. Okay. Now, 3.25 onwards, what Krishna will tell the difference between Karma Kanda and Karma Yoga. For example, now Arjun may say, okay, you said I should set example, but if I get bound, if I get sinful reactions, then what is the use of it all? Very good question, isn't it? If I get sinful reactions of whatever I am doing, so in the bigger context is whatever you are doing as the order of Krishna, it will not give you any sinful reaction. But now let's see what that verse says. Yeah. Shakta karmani avidvamso
Saptakarmani
Karmani
avidvamso
So,
avidvamso
yatha kuruvanti bharata
यथा
yatha
कुर्वन्ति भारत
kurvanti bharata
kuryad vidvamsatha shaktas
कुर्याद्
kuryat
विद्वंस तथा
vidvamsatah
सक्तास्
saktas
chikishrur shloka sangraham.
Chikishur loka
चिकित्सूरलोकसङ्ग्रहम्
sangraham.
Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. As the ignorant perform their duties with attachment to results, the learned may similarly act but without attachment. For the sake of leading people on the right path, you may have to forget about the sinful reactions, etc. That's the meaning of it. You don't have to worry about that. You are setting an example. And while setting an example, you may have to come across situations where you may get loss. It is not that you always be in profit. Shakta karmani avidvamso. Shakta is attached. Avidvamso is one who is not a vidwan. There are two characters of these people. They are either ignorant and attached. Yatha kurvanti bharata, as the ignorant and attached act. And to whom he is saying, he is using bharata here. See, the other name he is using for Arjun is bharata. He is using that for the purpose that we all are involved in that now. Those who are readers, those who are listeners, those one who is reciting it. Everybody is in that. And that is why yatha kurvanti bharata. Kuryat vidvamsa tatha kshatas. Even the vidwan, those who are wise and learned, and they are asaktas, they are detached. They should act like that. Why? Because chiktishrur lokasangraham means for the purpose of setting example for others. So ignorant and attached are referring to the karma kandis, and attached and knowledgeable are referring to the karma yogis. Externally, karma kandis and karma yogis both act in the same way. Both of them are doing the prescribed duties. Karma kandis are thinking about heaven and enjoyment, and karma yogis are thinking after liberation. And supreme personalities of God is also one of them. So consciousness is different. One is asakta, attached, and another is anashakta. Both of them are acting for the same purpose, to become liberated and go back to Godhead. So with that purpose, when one acts, then they will never get bound to material existences. Actually, he's talking about the sinful reactions. So both of them elevating and moving forward eventually. So Krishna is saying, live in the world and act detached. Those who are attached, how they will become detached? They need an example to be accessible to them, available to them. Only then they will be able to practice spiritual life. When we look at our movement, Krishna consciousness movement, we see that it has passed through phases in initial days. If you have read, um, Srila Prabhupada's books and other books as well, the small books of Srila Prabhupada, it has gone through many upheavals. That how many times the temple at even in the New York was shifted from one place to another, and finally they got a place at uh, what was the name of the place where the final temple was built there? Where it was a restaurant as well later on. Okay, this is a quiz for you. Give me the answer before the end of the class. Okay, I'll just tell you. Matchless gift. Matchless gift. Okay. So before you Google, I thought a list I will tell you. So Matchless Gift was the shop in which they opened the temple. Okay. So when we look at our movement and we see that it has gone through many upheavals. Some people were living in the movement, some are leaving the movement. Some came, some went, We can see in our classes also, so many people come, they join newly, and then they go away. We have so many examples. I don't want to name anyone. But there are people who came and went. What can we do about it? We can only invite people. Please come. Here we are giving you some nectar. Those who value this nectar, they will come. Those who don't value, they will not come. We can only do our duty. I do invite people individually as well, Please come, please join. I'm not losing anything. Who is losing? The receiver is losing. Yes, Ray.
So this verse, I I want to write this down, but I just want to make sure this is right. So the difference between Karma Kanda and Karma Yoga in a way where it relates to ourselves in daily lives. An example like job. So Karma Kanda is doing job for luxury brands, makeup, food, or whatever. And then Karma Yoga is like doing job because I want to look after the Atma within me, which is from Paramatma. And also I have the Grahastha duty of looking after my kids or whatever, and also giving part of what I'm earning to Krishna, or a purpose that is supporting Krishna consciousness, not because Krishna needs it, but it's respectful, or like something like that. Does it make sense?
Latter part is absolutely correct. The first part, there is a slight difference that Karma Kanda is for gaining for yourself. Gain for yourself. Whereas Karma Yoga is our prescribed duty, that the duty that looking after the family, giving them Krishna consciousness, and giving also some part of your income to in the social activity of karma of Krishna consciousness, so that our movement can go ahead. See, not possible for everyone to put in some money. It is possible for you to do some other things, like distributing the knowledge, distributing the books for temple. Wherever you go, talk about Krishna consciousness. So there are various ways you can involve people in those duties. You can involve yourself in those duties by giving the Krishna consciousness to the people. That is also one of our mission statement is we develop spiritual leaders. That's how I created this website of spiritualstudy.net, and the top I have written, we develop spiritual leaders. So you all are future spiritual leaders, and you can start your practice from now. If someone forces us, come, please come join us for the drink, we will not say no. We will go join them, but have soft drink with them. Telling them the reasons that why you are not having it, because you got some, maybe allergic condition, this, that. Once they become familiar to you, then you can still tell them that what are the, you know, effects of having this intoxication effect on you, on your mind, etc. You don't have to open the entire book in one go. There's a gradual process that how we are going from chapter 1 to chapter 3, chapter 4, like that, right? Similarly, we started from the fundamentals of the Krishna consciousness or Bhagavad Gita course. Similarly, we will be doing it. Now, by the way, I'm starting another course from next Sunday, 2 p.m. Sydney time. Have you guys helped in finding out people who want to join? Raise the hands. Please do that, because I don't have any other marketing people who can help me finding new people. Please ask people to join. That's the reason I send you the flyer, not for advertising to you only. So you can help me getting new people. And it's a free of cost course. So I need help. Any more question, Renuka?
Yeah, with the example I've written, is there a better example difference, like in everyday life that we can relate to?
Everyday life you can relate to is doing your prescribed duty in terms of getting up early in the morning, doing your sadhana, making the nice prasadam for the Lord, offering it to the Lord, then having the prasadam out of that. So you offer the bhoga and makes it prasadam. You eat it, your son eats it, your family eats it.
So eating food for our own like pleasure and enjoyment compared
No.
to giving
Yeah,
it
we are
as
eating.
bhoga, then eating it as prasadam.
Exactly.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Devlina, any question?
Prabhuji, she said she's in the library, so she can't talk or
Okay,
put the stick. Yeah.
no problem. That's okay. Now, in the verse 26, Krishna will not talk about that you should not disturb the mind of others. Why Krishna is talking about this now here? It's very important to know. Na buddhi edam, na buddhi bhedam, na janayeda.
न बुद्धिभेदं जनायेद
Ajaram karva sanginam.
जनं कर्मसङ्गिना
जोषायेत सर्वकर्माणि.
योषयेत सर्वकर्माणि
विद्वान् युक्त समाचरन्.
विद्वान् युक्तः
विद्वान्
समाचरन्.
Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So, as not to disturb the minds of ignorant men attached to the fruitive results of prescribed duties, a learned person should not induce them to stop work. Rather, by working in the spirit of devotion, he should engage them in all sorts of activities for the gradual development of Krishna consciousness. So, na buddhi bhedam janayeda. don't disturb the mind of others. Buddhi bhedam means disturbing the intelligence of others. Janayeda means to give birth to a cause. Ajanam karma sanghinam, who are ignorant and attached, don't disturb their mind. Let them be attached to wherever they are. Once they get asakti to that, then they will come back. Joshayeta sarva karmani. Joshayeta. Srila Prabhupada translated as dovetailed. And this Prabhupada's often used in his presentation at many places. Dovetailed, So dovetail things in Krishna's service. So whatever you are doing, dovetail them in Krishna's service. Joshayeta sarva karmani. All work. Now, you cannot say that, oh, I have brought a beautiful dress to to make Krishna happy. No, I mean, we can't correlate things just like these, Sometimes you like something to wear. You like to wear probably a red color or blue color or pink color to wear. You can do that. But before wearing it, just take Krishna's blessings for that. Does not mean that you buy a bottle of wine and then offer it to take blessings from Krishna and then have the drink. No. We are against intoxication. So don't do that. Okay. So don't tell everything to Krishna's service. So Vidvana Yukta Samacharana. A learned person can do that while being engaged in devotional service. The whole principle of bhakti is centered on this point of Vidvana Yukta Samacharana. Act in a way, Joshayeta Sarvakarmani. The wise person is acting and setting example for others how to dovetail for activities in devotional service. So Srila Prabhupada was very resourceful in engaging different people as per their talent in the service of Krishna. So we don't have to tell world that all these talents are useless and we use the focus only in Krishna consciousness. So leave all that. If you're a singer, don't stop singing. We tell them to sing for Krishna. Make nice tune for Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Or make nice tunes for some bhajans. See, good music is always very soothing to the ear. Attracting people with your voice and beautiful voice, the soothing voice, will always attract people. Shri Prahlad, when he sings, he attracts so many Westerners. Even North Indians as well, he has attracted because of his singing. So, having said that, any kind of activity that you are doing which has talent required to do so, that can be used in the service of Krishna. Like Prabhupada, when he met my Guru Maharaj, or my Guru Maharaj went Prabhupada, because they both were Bengalis, so he spoke to him in Bengali. And Prabhupada thought that, oh, this guy is very good in Bengali. So he asked Guru Maharaj, you start translating my books in Bengali. We just ordered him to translate all his books in Bengali. So that's why if you listen to the lectures of my Guru Maharaj in Bengal on Bhagavatam, because he knows each nook and corner of Srila Prabhupada's books. So he has lived his mood because he has read each and every word of the book because he was translating it. So you will not find a millimeter of a difference in what he wrote and what Srila Prabhupada has wrote in English. So this is how Guru Maharaj has translated the books and he lived his mood. And that everybody cannot understand that, you know. My Guru Maharaj was, his Vyas Puja was on 17th, just 2 days ago, 3 days ago. So just this is the point that I wanted to make, that he has lived his mood throughout his life. And Guru Maharaj was, when he used to walk in the temple, even the Westerner devotees says that, oh, some gentleman has come in the temple. Some gentleman is walking inside the temple. That is what they used to say. I am praising my Guru Maharaj, yes, but this is what people have said about him. I should be praising my Guru Maharaj. That is true. However, why I am praising? Because of his Vyas Puja, I couldn't praise, I couldn't read the offering for him. So I thought I will get this opportunity to speak about him in this class. Yeah? So please pardon me if I am making use of this time to glorify him. Yeah. So the ultimate purpose of Vedas that we learn is to bring people to Krishna consciousness. So those who cannot come directly to Krishna consciousness, gradually they will come to Krishna by understanding the Vedas. So here Krishna is saying to Arjun that even if you say renounced order is higher than householder, that is giving up action is higher than acting in the world. But still, for the people in the world, when they see these responsible people giving up their actions, then that will disrupt their minds. What will happen? You give up your prescribed duty, you go to the forest. Who will look after your wife? Who will look after your son? Who will look after all the other people, those who are dependent on you? You are actually running away from your duty. That is your prescribed duty. But suppose somebody's husband say, look, I'm just sick of it. Now I'm just going and leaving the family and I'll go away from here. The wife and the children will say, oh, what should we do now? We have no other source of income. We are dependent on you. How are we going to survive? So that is the prescribed duty that I'm talking about, or Krishna is talking about here. Yeah. So now Krishna is talking about other point also here. Earlier he was saying that you should set a good example for others. And if you don't set a good example, if you set bad example, that will lead to problems because people will act inappropriately. But somebody may argue that actually I am not setting a bad example. I am setting example of higher principle. I am not renouncing order out of irresponsibility. I am renouncing in understanding of higher responsibility. When someone will make this point that I am renouncing out of compassion and I am not renouncing out of frustration, so I am renouncing with a sense of higher responsibility, then it is understandable. So people will not understand this. So even if you have sense of higher responsibilities, that you have to do it in such a way that people will be able to take it. If I say tomorrow that no, I will only start preaching now, I will not work anymore. I have done enough so far. Now I will only preach and I will not do anything. Then I am running away from responsibility of not looking after my family. So setting an example, positive and negative, both of aspects that we have to look into. Okay, it is almost 10 o'clock. So I think here, so what is the time in Sydney?
2:27.
It is 2:27. So I think we should stop here and we'll meet next week again. I'll see if I'm able to give a class because I'm planning to leave on Friday from here to come to Mumbai, and then I will give class from Mumbai. Mostly that will happen. And I will let you know how I go because doctor is asking me to leave on 27th, but If I leave on 27th, I will not be able to give class. And preaching is the main business that I'm doing at the moment. So I don't want to leave my responsibility and run away from it. Okay. So let's do Vaishnava Pranam and then we. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा
कृपा
सिन्धुभ्य एव च
सिन्धुभ्य एव च
पतितानां
पतितानां
पावनेभ्यो
पावनेभ्यो
वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो
वैष्णवेभ्यो
नमः।
नमो नमः।
अनंतकोटि वैष्णव वृंद
वैष्णव
की जय।
जय
श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की जय।
की
जगत
जय।
गुरु श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय। श्री श्री राधा गोपीनाथ भगवान की जय। गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल।